So we're here at the Cross Foxes, Daryl, it's your place, and your other half here, Dawn.
Yep.
It's not quite gone as high to get your carpets and your floor, but it's your cellar, isn't it, this time?
Yes, the cellar's full again. All the light fittings, electrical, everything will have to be tested and checked.
And you've got some machinery in the cellar, haven't you? You were saying a cooler.
We've got a big main cooler, you've got a big chilling unit, and the Diet Coke, the Coca-Cola machine. Yeah. So that's stuff you can't take out. That has, it's got to be professionally done anyway, hasn't it? By professionals. So it's a matter of just now draining the thing down, jet washing everything. Then we've got to get a firm in to sanitise it before, obviously, we can restock or do anything moving forward.
Well, you were saying actually, because you've had to be closed, being a pub, it would have been a lot of stock down there, wouldn't there?
It would have been full cellar.
Yeah.
And obviously, you've got sort of 22 gallons of beer to get out, which is it's not the easiest thing to try and do,
So I mean, these floods are meant to be, once every so many years. We're it was a year ago, wasn't it?
Just under 12 months, 11 months.
Time in 11 months.
So, if you knew you were going to get these floods once a year, would it still be worth having the business here?
No, you'd definitely have to think, but I mean, people are asking us about flood defences and everything. The problem is, a lot of it comes through the water table.
Yeah.
So you are really quite, even though, like you've seen across the road, they've had professional business in to come and do flood defences for them, yet it's still found its way in.
Still got in.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's one of those things. Yes, you can have the work done, but until you're flooded, you don't know whether it's it's going to work or not.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Some people have said they've seen it almost coming through the walls.
Yeah, that's what it does. It starts breaking through the brickwork and everything.
So, I mean, are you resilient to this? Are you, or are you?
It's systematic now. You get sort of into right. This is a plan of action.
Yeah.
We've been here as a family for 35 years now.
Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of floods. Yeah. The main one being 2000. We were here, and we were devastated then when the whole pub had to be refurbished, the bar and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we do get lots more warning now, which is one of the things. But back in 2000, we had just sort of a matter of hours because they were letting obviously water from the down in Cywedol, and we were told yes, it was going to be a lot worse, and that was really, we don't got a massive hours then.
Yeah.
But now we do have at least a few days warning potentially.
I mean, luckily this time we didn't get it in the pub.
Yeah.
Unlike people like our friend Steve down at 7 Stars.
Is that it inside?
He has it in the pub every time. That's when it's really demoralising. Yeah. If it came into the pub every time it flooded, I wouldn't think it.
Yeah, you would have to think, it's the money you're spending and losing every time.
Well, good luck with the clear up, guys.
Thank you very much.
Jonathan, we're here at the lighthouse, and a clever way there. We can see if we pan round, you've got all the lights covered, so they've just they've thankfully come out of it unscathed, I guess.
Well, we bag all the lights because obviously condensation. These are all the display lights in the shop, as well as upstairs. There's 150 of them.
Yeah.
And looking forward to reopening after lockdown 3 when it's a bit drier.
Well, that's it. We can see you're on the go there with the clean up.
Again.
So So you're thinking it won't be too long, and you'll be, like you say, back up and running, open, ready for business.
Yeah, better than ever. Yeah, better than ever. Just a minor blip.
Great stuff. It's the way to kind of have the attitude with it, isn't it? Really.
Positive attitude.
Great stuff. Thank you, Jonathan. Good luck with it.
Thank you. Bye.
So we're just in the linen cupboard. So you were saying you, based on the guidance of the estimated levels, you moved all the stuff up onto the shelves.
That's right.
But it came up above what they were saying.
Absolutely.
So that's had that. And if we just walk through here, we've got all your cellar bits here. We've got a room that you'd only just sorted from the last floods.
That's right. So this was just been renovated. I think it's been occupied about once by guests.
Yeah.
And now we're about to square one again. Got beds to right on.
Yeah.
Wardrobe to right. All the furniture. Unfortunately, I managed to lift it out from last time, but
You've still got the pump going. So you're hoping the floor might survive this one in there. And we can see so it came up to a good few feet on there.
Yeah, you can see I've got in the garden basically ends up like a swimming pool. So you know, I had about 2 foot of water in the garden itself. I've got another room I literally was moving into on Thursday. This is my office. Be careful of the cables.
Yeah. So you were just set to move into here.
This is my office. It was a bath, it was a bedroom beforehand, but I literally just finished renovating it.
Still got, yeah.
And you can see the level of the water all the way around the wall there.
On the wall there, so we getting on that. So I mean, as a businessman, give me your thoughts. You know, we were told these floods were going to be once every 20-year floods. This was a year ago now, wasn't it?
So this is the 3rd time this room has been this level of water inside 12 months.
Yeah.
For me, my honest thing is I recognise that we are dealing with some really really difficult scenarios when you're trying to take in many factors trying to estimate. So it's not an easy task, but I really do think that the warnings, the communication of those warnings, the messaging really needs to have been improved.
Yeah.
I really do hold the EA responsible, the Environment Agency responsible for not getting the message across. Last year it was severe flooding, property will be damaged. This year it was just property will be flooded, you know, and I just don't think the water levels fluctuated from above 6 metres at Welsh Bridge right down to 4.6.
Well, that's it. There was that one estimate, and then they very quickly had to tweak out, didn't they?
They changed it,
so there's obviously some issues with their computers there, isn't there?
Absolutely issues with the way the programs are being run at the moment. They need to be updated, taking more detailed, granular information. I just think that, you know, if there was a problem with one of their gauges or their sensors they're metering, then they should have said, listen guys, the sensors have failed, heads up, we can't give you an accurate forecast of what's coming. And we base our decisions on the forecast they give us, because I've got no other way of measuring it otherwise.
Yeah. Does it make you, because we've had this flood so close to the last one, does that make you kind of apprehensive about then spending the money and getting it ready again? Are you kind of thinking, you know what, have I just got to write these rooms off? Is this going to be every year now? Or do you think it's just been a crazy kind of 2 years sort of thing?
As a businessman in this environment right now, you can't be not that optimistic. You have to kind of think about the positives of things.
Yeah.
You know, this was going to be a dual purpose room initially as my office, having renovated it, but potentially if we got to an opportunity that we could use it as a bedroom, I convert it to a bedroom. But you know, is it worth doing it all over again? I don't know. I've just spent 12 months getting them all rooms back to a level of standard that I'd be prepared to rent it out to guests, but I don't know. I really don't know. Obviously, I can't be doing this every year.
Yeah.
And the difficulty is I can't mitigate it. You know, I can't to tank out the entire basement. And to be honest with you, once you've done that, my problem is the water comes from the garden because it's the river. It's the water level that comes up through the garden. I can't cap the garden off as well.
Yeah.